Iron Man. Drake, I suck at this stuff, bro. Welcome back to another video. Questions about what some of my personal rehab and mobility routines are like. So I'm going to share some of my favorite exercises that I do before every practice. So grab yourself a roller and a stick and let's get started. Okay, so my first exercise that I do to start every practice is I grab the roller and I start in my lower back, find a vertebrae, put the roller on that, and then you just lean back, take a couple breaths, and then sit back up. Take that roller all the way up each vertebrae, get my thoracic spine nice and loosened up a little bit, try and move it around, maybe get a couple pops. And then I'll just take the roller and roll out every single muscle group. Now, after that's all done, I usually ditch the roller, throw that thing out of there, and I'll come in with the stick. Now, since I do a lot of ring strength and a lot of ring swinging, I got to make sure my shoulders are healthy. Spend a lot of time on shoulder rehab and shoulder mobility and shoulder strengthening. So to start practice, I usually make sure that my deltoids are warmed up, my rotator cuff muscles, especially the rotator cuff muscles, are warmed up and ready to go. Take it through some slight dynamic stretching to kind of fire up the muscles and prep them for the hard day of training that we have. You're going to grab over top of the stick with one arm and underneath the other one, and the bottom arm is going to pull the top arm forward. Let's say if I'm working on my right side, my left arm is going to pull the stick forward and let that right arm relax back into an active stretch position. Do a couple seconds of those on both sides. Kind of pull, release, pull, release. Again, trying to single out certain muscle groups. So you don't want to compensate by flaring out the chest. Basically means opening up the chest. My goal here is to focus on the rotator cuffs and all the muscles in my shoulder. I don't want to feel anything going on in my back, just the shoulder muscles. And now still sticking with the shoulder stuff, I like to do some bar dislocates. So the same bar that you were using, I start with my hands behind my back and I just kind of rotate them through a full stretch position. The goal is to get my arms as close as possible, truly feeling the dislocate through the shoulder position. And again, a couple reps of those. Might get a couple cracks in the elbows and the wrist, but that's great. And after that, my all-time favorite stuff, bungee. Grab yourself a bungee, do a couple band pull-aparts, just really activating and trying to touch the scaps together in the back, prepping for stability on the rings when I got to do skills like Maltese or planche or just rotating. So I might do like 10 or 12 reps of banded pull aparts, and then I'll go diagonal and pull apart and diagonal and pull apart. And then I'll do some banded shoulder press overhead just to really feel a slight little burn in the shoulders, make sure that they're ready to go, they're fired up. Get a lot of blood flow to them because rings is coming up today and we got to do a lot of work on rings. Now, just like with every mobility and prehab, this is the preparation for the actual training session where all the actual exercises get done. But without prehab and rehab and mobility, I can't do any of that stuff. So I myself just graduated university and I was fortunate enough to compete at every single gymnastics competition over all 4 years. And I think a main reason for that was mobility and prehab. Staying on top of that allowed me to maximize myself in the gym and be as healthy as I possibly can be. So I'd like to call this segment Iron Man. Let me know what you guys think and I'll keep this segment rolling.